All right, 8th grade, today I'm going to share with you how to make what is called a pressed plate. So this is basically a plate that is made out of a just regular slab of clay using a slab roller, a texture plate, a little piece of saran wrap, and a piece of, actually it's I think upholstery foam, and a wooden piece for the center. Okay, so mine is not very well crafted. You can see the crack that's here. It's a little bit uneven overall. This is just the Testalin. I've never done this before. I just wanted to test it out. So anybody for their set of 3 that wants to do a plate can use this method. Okay, texture plates for this are optional, but I just want to share with you how to use some of those. Okay, so this is our pressed plate. This would be an example of something that is done, so I'll set this aside. Now, what I'm going to have for you guys just from the very beginning is a slab that is already rolled out, pre-rolled, and also pre-stiffened. And so what I mean by that is it's clay, smushy clay that's been sitting out maybe for an hour or so, and some of the moisture has evaporated. Okay, now when you use the slab roller, you all know that there's a texture that's in the surface. The first step you're going to do when you get your piece of stiffened slab is to take this tool right here. This is called a rib. I have these that are wood, and I also have them that they're like little plastic pieces that look metallic. But what you're going to do is take the flat side of this and scrape it very gently over the surface. Let me move you down. Okay, I'm going to overlap the strokes. I'm going to go in one direction, and the purpose of doing this is to eliminate the texture of the slab roller from your piece of clay. Okay. Note you can't really see the texture of the rib in here, and again, that's contingent upon this clay being slightly stiff. Okay, flipping over to the back, doing the same thing. Now I messed up the video I just made, so this is pretty smooth to begin with, but ordinarily it has that canvas texture of the slab roller. Okay, and again, minimal pressure, overlapping the strokes, etc. Okay, so you're going to do that front and the back with your stiffened slab. Okay, now at this point in time, if I so desire, I am going to use a texture plate along with some plastic wrap. Okay, so what I am going to do is the plastic wrap goes as flat as humanly possible on my slab, and then my texture plate goes on top. Okay, like so. All right, now you can see in the previous video I didn't use the texture plate, and guess what happened? Clay stuck all over my texture plate, and now I can't get it off. Okay, so using the plastic wrap, and share it from person to person, you can reuse it. Using the plastic wrap as a barrier and then texture plate on top before you roll it through the slab roller is going to be a game changer. Do you have to do the texture plate? No. Okay, but if you want to, that would be how you would do it. All right, I am going to attempt to move you guys over. Pardon me. All right, let's see if I can get this going here. All right, so you can see my slab roller right here. I'm gonna move over my items. Okay, so I have my slab with my plastic wrap on it. Okay, so it looks like that. I'm gonna put it down like so. And then I'm gonna put my texture plate down on top of that. Okay, so it's gonna kind of look like this. All right, from there, I'm gonna go ahead and just put my canvas down and roll this over. Okay, so this will press the texture plate into the slab. All right. Okay. At this point in time, texture plate, saran wrap can be lifted off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this for somebody else, so don't throw that away. You can hand it to another neighbor, that's fine. And you can see how the texture is embedded in the slab at this point. You can also see how easy that texture plate was to pull up using that plastic wrap. Okay, so that's the next part. All right, now at this point in time, I am going to use my template. Okay, I'm going to use my template. The templates for you all that I have for you all are going to be probably out of Manila folder. Okay, so you can use those Obviously, you could also use the shape tracers, whatever. So I'm gonna very gently just hold this down. I don't wanna press it down too much because I don't wanna ruin my texture. I'm using the cutting station here. Always make sure you're cutting on another surface. So I'm cutting directly onto the canvas. Using my needle tool, boom. Okay. This extra I'm gonna hang on to because this can become other parts of my set of 3. This could be a handle, it could be additional coil if I want to hand build, so don't throw that in the clay bin quite yet. All right, so this right now is my plate. I can smooth out the edge a little bit, that's more than fine. And at this point in time, I am going to take this to my next station, okay? Now, my next station, let me see if I can move you guys over. Okay, my next station looks like this. So I have a piece of what is called, I think, help me out, upholstery foam. And I also have a series of these wooden things that I just got at Joann Fabrics. So they're like wooden things that you craft things that you can paint, okay? What you do at this point in time is you find one of these that makes sense for the plate that you are working with, okay? So typically with a plate, you have the main portion of the plate is flat and then it has a slight edge toward the outside that kind of pops up at an angle, yes? Okay, so what I'm going to do is using the stiffness of this foam, this furniture foam here, upholstery foam, I am going to apply some even pressure using one of these round things or one of these wooden things on here to get that angle of the bevel. All right, so actually let me see if I can do this just by holding this, okay? So I'm choosing this one because this one actually fills most of my space. I'm gonna use the flat side. I'm gonna place it right in the center like so. Okay, it's important that you get this centered. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna use 2 hands, okay? I would use 2 hands for this, but right now I'm just gonna use 1 and see what happens. I'm gonna press straight down as evenly as possible, lift up, and then you'll notice that this has a beveled edge, okay? So it has that bevel, check this out, all the way around. Let me remove this, let me see if I can show you guys. Let me put you down for just a sec. Hold on. Okay, so I'm peeling the wooden part away. There we go. Peeling the wooden part away, and let me show you what it looks like. Sorry for that. Okay. This is what it looks like. So I just kind of popped the wooden part away, and by putting even pressure straight down, you'll notice this is what it looks like. So it has that plate bevel there. Really cool. Now, if this goes up a little higher than you would like it to, you can push it down ever so slightly. Okay, keep in mind gravity is going to happen at some point, and so this may sag down on its own. It may not need your help necessarily, but this essentially is your beveled plate. Okay, so the key with this is to have a pre-stiffened slab, okay, to eliminate the texture from the beginning, okay, using that rib. If you want to apply a texture using a texture plate, you're going to use that plastic wrap, okay, before your texture plate. Roll it through the slab roller, share the plastic wrap with a friend, cut out your plate, and then make sure that you press straight down, okay, into the foam, all right, to get that really nice bevel edge, right? Good luck.